So um, I sort of realized the problem. The problem I always have, my house. My house. When I'm outside, when I'm not in my house, I don't get distracted. Well, maybe I get distracted, but I get distracted way less. I work much more. I focus much more. I get much more done. I usually have a better social life, but when I'm in my house, it's just I hate it. I actually hate it. Being in my house, I actually hate it. Because all the bad shit, all the shit that I hate happens here, and I don't know, and I don't know how to handle it, and I don't really know what to do. So I mean, I guess the best thing that I can do is just get out of my house. But I'm afraid that I will be dependent on that forever. For example, that's a big fear for me right now. It's if I need to get out of my house in order to work hard, and what's gonna happen in the future? I mean, will I never be able to work in my house? Or maybe it's just that I'm not supposed to work in my house, and maybe I have to get an office. And I sort of think of athletes and that kind of stuff. Athletes, they don't work. They for example, I don't know. Some basketball players. I mean, I'm sure they have gyms at their house, and I'm sure they have basketball courts at their house, and they can train there and they can work out there. But they don't. They still go to the facility. They go to their gym in the facility. They train there. They shoot there. They play there, and that just kind of gives me peace, because it makes me see that, hey, um, you might not really have that much of a problem, that much of a deal here. I mean, just if you focus better outside your house, don't force yourself, don't waste time, you know, forcing yourself to work from home because you're a fucking mental, I don't know how to say it, but don't force yourself to do something that's going to make you worse. Focus yourself on doing something that's going to make you better. So placing yourself in a right environment, so for getting out of your house, I guess, is the right environment, is going to make you much better. And I've been trying things. I've been working from several different places. I sort of thought, because I work right now, I'm working a lot with ChatGPT, artificial intelligence, trying to design, creating, not trying, creating. A business plan for my parents, also creating sales dialogues, the kind of tools that I'm going to using, organizing the tools on my CMR, the CMR, all of that stuff. The figuring out the legal stuff that I have to do. And I kind of realized that a few hours of work. I mean, why do I think I waste time, because my goals are too small. I don't have the goals that I set for myself are too small, because today I didn't have the feeling that I worked hard. I mean, yes, I had I had 4 hours of private classes, I guess, for example. But then my goals what were my goals? So my goals for the day, where are they? So my goals for the day was to clean the front of my house, the back of my house, the kitchen, also clean the door, also finish all the legal, figuring out all the legal information, all the legal stuff that I have to do. Shit, here comes. No. And also trying to figure out which tools to use in which cases. With we're talking here web page design. I'm gonna dig deep on this on the next video. And also I built a CMR, a project manager. I also built not just CMR, but client handling, projects handling, tasks, smallest tasks, goals, and all the systems. I created all those, and I did all of that today, and I didn't feel like I worked very hard. It didn't feel like that. The last hour or so I spent it watching YouTube. I'm gonna be honest, and I feel terrible because of that. But I look back and I say, hey, dude, you actually did more stuff during the day. You did, it isn't, maybe the last hour wasn't the optimal hour, but you did way more stuff during the day. So I have to accept, my house isn't the best place. My house is the place where I can, well, spend time with my family. But right now, I mean, my family isn't here. I'm alone. I'm living alone right now. So, yes, I'm going to Luxembourg in 2 days, and then my family comes back. But what's the point? I mean, get out of the house. Get out of the house. Go out, work outside, work somewhere else. Maybe you get to meet some people, some interesting people. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just work and you spend all day alone. And that's okay and that's fine. But anyways, that's kind of the thing. I was kind of stressed about it because I was like, why is this? Am I the only one? And I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm sure I'm not the only person that's going through this. I'm sure I'm not the only person that's thinking, hey, why don't I focus as much on my house? Why do I get distracted? Why do all of these bad habits come back in my house? It's probably because the origin of all of those are in your house. So brings back memories, brings back stuff that you used to do, and you get distracted. And someplace else that you go, and you usually go there and you work because you have nothing better to do there. Kind of think about it, and you just work there, and there's nothing better to do, and so there are much less distractions. And if you remove the possible distractions that you might have, I mean, that's it. So if I can conclude this thing that I'm talking about today in some way, it's just figure out what works. And if that works, don't obsess over why that other thing doesn't work. No, the point is you figured this out and you know that this works, so use it to your advantage until it stops working. Okay, and maybe it never stops working. And that's the thing. That's that kind of the idea. Here it is. That's kind of the idea that I wanted to talk about today. It's just letting out some feelings that I have. Yeah, that's just it. Okay. Tomorrow we have 6 hours of private classes, and yeah, gonna get as much done. So tomorrow, goes for myself. Tomorrow I have to clean the lower floor of my house, for example. So I'm commenting this so that you can see the kind of goals that I set for myself right now, that I'm creating for myself, so that tomorrow I can analyze that and say, hey, okay, I can do much more than this. So cleaning the lower floor, I have to prepare the 2 classes, or the 6 hours of classes, because 4 of them are with the same person. Then I also have to prepare my trip to Luxembourg. I have to buy a few things, and I also have to create a goal system, and also create goals for this week, set up goals for this week. And yeah, that's just kind of the whole thing that I wanted to talk about. Probably I'm thinking about it right now. I'm just gonna publish this as a video, as an individual video, because it's quite long. But yeah, pretty much it. Find what works, figure out what works, and if it works, then just keep doing it until it doesn't. From time to time I stop and analyze. Hey, how much am I getting done doing it like this? And if it's worth it, then just do it. And that is pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah.